All right, what's up, guys? Today I wanted to talk about something that is really interesting to me, and I think that a lot of people, Gen Z and millennials, I think we ignore this part of our lives, and I think it's to our detriment, and I think it's something that needs to be changed. In almost every single person that I know, this is something that they don't do, and I feel like if they did this thing, then their life would be a lot better. Just personally, this is what I really think. And that thing is, I don't think that we spend enough time with ourselves. I think we distract ourselves from ourselves at any given moment. Let's say we have a long day at school or a long day at work. We come home, and what do? We go on Instagram, we go on YouTube or Netflix. We're always listening to music, we're always listening to a podcast, we're watching something, we're consuming all of this stuff, but we're not spending any time with ourselves. We're spending our time in a constant state of distraction, and that's not healthy, man. Because it's like we've only got ourselves throughout our entire life. It's just us and ourselves, and we're neglecting our relationship with ourselves. Like, I feel like we're supposed to be our best friend, and we don't spend any time with ourselves at all. It's like we come home after a long day of work, and we take ourselves and we put ourselves in a box in the corner of our room, and we go on our bed and we doom scroll Instagram forever while we're neglecting ourselves. And it's just like, man, like what if you're in a long-term relationship with someone and you don't spend any time with your significant other, and anytime you have an opportunity to spend with this person, you go watch a fucking movie or you go watch Netflix or something. It's like that relationship with that person is going to perish. And our relationship with ourselves is perishing because we're not tending to our relationships. We're constantly distracting ourselves. And it's like, I don't blame us. Like, I do it too, and I'm trying to get better. I don't blame people who are constantly distracting themselves. It's like, there's so much distraction out there. All of these websites, like I just said, like TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, politics, Netflix, like all these different things that are so addictive and interesting, and just steers us away from ourselves. And I think that we need to make a conscious effort to spend more time with ourselves. And I think that, like, the more time people spend with themselves, they'll start to realize, oh wait, I'm actually like a cool person. I actually love myself. Like this, I actually enjoy spending time with myself. I feel like a lot of people don't even know who they are because they don't spend time with themselves. Like they don't know the first thing about themselves. One thing that I started noticing when I started spending more time with myself was that my thoughts started becoming more deeper. My thoughts became deeper, and the quality of my thoughts became better. So instead of like surface level, just like what's breakfast? Oh, that person pissed me off today. What's going on here? Like just like what's going on here is like a bad example. That's not like a thought, but not like my thoughts would become deeper and more interesting, and I'd become more curious about the world, and stuff would become more interesting to me, like a walk. For example, if I'm going on a walk, listening to music or listening to a podcast, that's what I'm doing. I'm immersed in that experience. But if I go on a walk without the music, without the podcast, without something in my ear, I start looking around me. I'm like, oh wow, like those birds are at the same place at the same time every day. Or wow, those flowers are actually really beautiful, and like they're really symmetrical. And wow, how have I never noticed those flowers? And I get into conversations with interesting people, like interesting conversations, and like the world just becomes more interesting when we spend more time with ourselves. Which is like, I don't want us to be neglecting ourselves, because like I said, this is the most important relationship that we have, and we're destroying that relationship. Relationships must be tended to. We must spend time with a person who we're trying to develop a relationship with. And it's like the example I said earlier with a significant other. If we have a long-term boyfriend or girlfriend, we gotta spend time with that person, or else that person's gonna start to resent us, the relationship's gonna die. It's like, why are we treating our relationship with ourselves any different than our relationship with anybody else in our world? Why is it okay to not spend time with ourselves, but we have to spend time with so and so and so and so? It's like, no, we need to spend time with ourselves too. Like, we're also important. What happens when those people are gone? They're doing their thing. Then you just got ourselves, and yeah, it's a lot easier to distract ourselves, but come on, man, like, let's enjoy our time with ourselves a little bit more. Let's start getting to know ourselves a little bit. With all that being said, there's certain things that you can do to start developing your relationship with yourself, start spending more time with yourself, and some of these things are going to be like no-brainers. But here's a list of things. Like, if you want to start changing this relationship with yourself, you can start to do these. My favorite thing that I do is I journal. I love journaling. It's a great time for me to be observational about the world and about my own thoughts. It's my perfect bonding time with myself. I love to journal. I've been doing it for 3 years now, and it's one of my favorite activities to do. Another thing that you can do, which I started doing this recently, when you're eating your meals, no distractions. Put the phone away, put Netflix away, no TV, no phone. Just eat by yourself. Just eat. And like, you'll enjoy the meal more. I promise. Like, the food becomes better. Or if the food's garbage, then the food might become worse, actually. But eat with yourself. You'll start to appreciate the food more. You'll start to think about where the food came from and like what it took for this meal to get in front of you right now. You start to think about these things, and you start to be more appreciative of these things. So yeah, when you eat with yourself. Stop distracting yourself. Spend some time with yourself when you eat. Everybody eats every day. You know, it's a good opportunity to spend some time with yourself. When you're driving around, or if you're walking in a city, no music. Put the headphones away. You know, everybody's wearing headphones. You go outside, everyone's listening to something. At least that's what I've noticed. They're all in their own little world, and I'm outside. I'm on the outside, and I'm watching these people, and I'm just like, man. Once in a while, I'll be on the subway, you know, like 95% of people is listening to something, and I'll just see somebody else who's not listening to something. They're just like also in the world, and I'm like, hey, there's another one. Like, what's up, guy? Like, you're also living in this place too. Everyone else is sucked up in their own little bubble. So yeah, when you're walking around, driving around, you don't need music. You don't need the podcast. Just put it away. Just spend some time with yourself. Hear your own thoughts for a second. What else? Go on walks, of course. You know, just walks are easy. And the least you can do is schedule like 20 minutes a day to spend time with yourself. I like to do it in the mornings and at nights. I've been doing a nightly routine. I'll get into another video. I'll walk through my nightly routine, but every night I spend time with myself. No distractions, just whether I'm writing or I'm meditating or I'm stretching or just sitting, staring at a wall. Spend some time with yourselves. I like to do it at night, but schedule it. Make a schedule and stick to it, and start little, and then you can start making it longer. Like, start at like 10, 15 minutes a day, and then progressively, maybe every week, add 5-10 minutes, and you'll start to enjoy the time too. It becomes more fun, I promise. It's actually enjoyable. But those are my thoughts for the day. I feel really strongly about this, and I think that these thoughts can be really helpful to a lot of people. They've definitely been helpful to me and in my life. And yeah, I hope you guys get something from this. Like I've mentioned before in other videos, I'm currently not on YouTube or on Instagram, so like I'm not going to read the comments, unfortunately. Like I would love to, but it's just better for my mental health that I don't read the comments. But if you want, you can reach out to me through email. I have my email address in the description and in the comment section. It's frankiecaputo@gmail.com. Reach out to me if you want. Let's have a conversation. All right.